I have another question for you. This is another one that comes up from time to time. Say you are selling on Amazon and you considering diversification, and you have your website on the other side, but you're not selling through it. Building a following based on your website presence and then driving people to it, but purely for the purposes of building a following and then leveraging that following to drive business to Amazon. What are your thoughts about that business model?
I would say that there's, again, definitely value in having interactions with your audience if you can do it in a meaningful way, that if you're tracking the ROI and what it means, I think that there's definitely an argument to be made. I know that they came out with I know that Amazon came out with a couple of years ago now the ability to have the badge where it's buy with Prime, and it just plugs in. So I think that there's value in that. I think that it also comes to like the strategies again that you're employing for your brand and your business. And just to give you like an example, thinking on my feet here, if you were to build a really high value SEO strategy that's focused on what it is you're trying to achieve here, I think for you to have that ownership and be driving all the value to your website and then distributing it to Amazon, it gives you a whole lot of power all of a sudden. You know, having the influencers that you might deputize to then work with your brand to drive traffic, building that following, it just gives you an asset that becomes intrinsically valuable for you to dictate what it is you want to do with it. And, you know, I'll say I came into the world of Amazon and grew an Amazon brand on the back of having more, pure marketing, online marketing experience for 10 years. And I'd entered the Amazon space thinking that Amazon was a really good marketing tool, but I want to build D2C. And I learned, at least back then, this was sort of 2018, that you couldn't get the conversions, especially back then. You couldn't hit the numbers that you would hit in the same time frame, and it would take years and years and years of work to have something even remotely comparable back then. So coming back to it, I think that having a really strong marketing presence is always going to be valuable if you are able to track and convert and make sense of how you build that brand. But just going into it knowing that it is time investment, it is financial investment, and it is something that I would believe it's about the long game in those types of instances. Whereas with Amazon, you can get away with a lot more, a lot quicker, and likely achieve quicker success. And, you know, who's to say not, you know, that it won't be the same degree of success?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Amazon has taken away, and I remember when I was a seller, we also had our website, and the biggest problem was the shopping cart behavior, in terms of consumer behavior as well as technical, because things break. You know, things don't show up, and different scenarios. There's international customers and then repeat customers, and what information you want to show, bells and whistles and blah blah. So all those things contribute to your conversion. Ultimately, it's my favorite word always. I talk about conversion. Conversion is the magic bullet that is the cure to all illnesses. And achieving a high conversion rate on Amazon is far easier than achieving a high conversion on your website.